NEMA and NEC standards define color coding for receptacles for specific applications. Red indicates emergency power receptacles. Orange signifies isolated ground receptacles, often abbreviated as IGR. Green is used for grounded receptacles that are not isolated. Blue designates 250 volts, three-phase receptacles. Yellow is used for 480 volts, three-phase receptacles. Brown indicates 600 volts, three-phase receptacles. Black is used for receptacles designated for special purposes, such as direct current power or hazardous locations. Regarding uninterruptible power supply, or UPS, receptacles, NEMA and NEC do not have a specific standard color coding. However, there are commonly followed guidelines. Yellow is frequently used to identify UPS primary power receptacles, those connected to the UPS output. Red can be used to mark UPS battery backup receptacles, indicating they are connected to the UPS backup power. Green is sometimes used for UPS neutral receptacles, those connected to the neutral conductor. It's important to remember these color coding guidelines are recommended practices but not mandatory requirements. Always consult with local electrical regulations and the manufacturer's specifications for the specific project and location. This ensures compliance and safety in electrical installations. For example, NEC Article 406.3. 1 discusses identification of terminals, specifically in 406.3. 1b, which states that the terminal for the equipment grounding conductor is identified by one of the following means. Firstly, a green, not readily removable terminal screw with a hexagonal head. Secondly, a green, hexagonal, not readily removable terminal nut. Thirdly, a green pressure wire connector. The equipment grounding conductor is permitted to be identified by one of the methods described, only where the terminal is visible. Receptacles that have multiple terminations for the equipment grounding conductor shall be identified by marking on the receptacle. The next standard is NEC Article 517.16, which pertains to essential electrical systems for healthcare facilities. It doesn't directly specify receptacle color coding, it does emphasize the reliability of the essential electrical system. Emergency systems must have the capacity and rating to supply all equipment approved to be connected to the essential system. Automatic transfer switches are required to ensure power is switched from normal to emergency within 10 seconds. Furthermore, wiring of the essential electrical system must be entirely independent of other wiring. Wiring from the normal power source must be physically separated from all other wiring. Equipment that is connected to the essential electrical system is required to be marked as such. This includes receptacles, which must be marked with the appropriate voltage, phase and current rating. UPS systems are often integrated into essential electrical systems, thus requiring careful consideration of the applicable codes. While the NEC and NEMA provide guidelines and standards, it's vital to consult local authorities and the equipment manufacturer's instructions for any specific requirements that might be in place. When installing receptacles, always adhere to the following. Firstly, ensure the power is off. Always disconnect the power source of the circuit breaker before starting any electrical work. Secondly, use appropriate personal protective equipment, or PPE, such as insulated gloves and safety glasses. Thirdly, identify the wiring. Carefully identify the hot, neutral, and ground wires before disconnecting any existing receptacle. Fourthly, make proper connections. Connect the wires to the new receptacle according to the manufacturer's instructions and local electrical codes. Fifthly, test the receptacle. After installation, use a receptacle tester to ensure it's properly wired and grounded. Here is an overview of electrical safety. Electrical safety is of paramount importance in any electrical installation. It's vital to follow all safety precautions to prevent electrical shock and fires. Never work on live circuits. Always verify the circuit is energized before beginning any work. Use insulated tools to avoid contact with live conductors. Avoid working in wet or damp conditions, as water is an excellent conductor of electricity. Inspect electrical equipment regularly. Look for frayed cords, damaged insulation, and loose connections. Replace any damaged equipment immediately. Grounding is a critical safety measure. Grounding provides a path for fault current to flow back to the source, causing the circuit breaker to trip and to energize the circuit. Use ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, in areas where there is a risk of electric shock, such as bathrooms, kitchens, and outdoor locations. Follow lockout, tagout, or LOTO procedures. LOTO procedures are designed to prevent accidental energization of equipment during maintenance or repair. Always use appropriate PPE when working with electricity. This includes insulated gloves, safety glasses, and appropriate clothing. Consider consulting with a qualified electrician for any electrical work. If you are unsure about any aspect of electrical work, it is best to consult with a qualified electrician. They can provide expert advice and ensure the work is done safely and in accordance with local electrical codes.